Good day, class, and thank you for joining the class again as we start today's session. We're going to be going forward on our unit again, which is CHCCCS038 Facilitate the empowerment of people receiving support. Before we finish our last session, we are talking more about personal-centered care. So today, of course, we are going to start with regards to that again, because this is where the industry is now. So it's very, very important that we understand the concept behind this. So when we provide support that encourage the person to make their own choices, which in other words, we provide the personal-centered support, and this allow an individual to always live the best of their life. It makes them to feel much comfortable while they are making their own decisions. A form of support, personal-centered support is a form of support that provide empowerment in a form that allow the independence or allow the person receiving support to have their own independence and exhibit utmost level of autonomy. This assists them in making the right decision and gives them opportunity to actually have choice of their own. It encourages the client to make their own choices, which involve doing the following. It gives the client all essential options and information on strategies to meet their individual and re-enablement needs. It is used to appreciate communication techniques, which helps in guiding the client in making their choices and give the client opportunity to think of what choice they actually intended making. Additional information regarding the choice remind the client of the goal that they have actually set for themselves. As a caregiver, of course, we always assure our client that their choices and decisions are important, and that is their right, and they should always take it and do what they believe is best for them. Of course, don't forget, as I always say, it is always our right to let them know if they are doing something wrong as well, and we are just there to actually work with them, but not to decide for them. So we come up with a way in which we communicate this to them, that we give them that level of empowerment and give them that level of autonomy over whatever they are intending to do. And why they are doing this, when we say we are providing the necessary information, in other words, we are providing what they call informed consent. Informed consent can be referred to of granting the permission for others to any information that can be used to identify them. So permission is informed if a person is given all the essential details on the decision being made, which might include decision on assets, the possible outcome of a particular decision, the risk involved in that decision, and the effect of that decision either on their financial or even other aspect of their life. So informed consent is very, very important in any case, and in all cases we expect when a court order requires you to provide the information without the consent of the client, or even give the information, given information is needed to assist law enforcement agency and other government agencies. These are only the time whereby you don't actually get informed consent from your client before you release any form of information. In other words, if in all the cases we are expected to actually seek our client's consent before we give out any information to anyone in line with the Privacy Act. But if this information is something that the court ordered, then we are obliged to actually follow and give out such information, even if our client does not give their consent. And in that situation, of course, the law is the one that ordered this. There is a reason to believe that the client is in danger or harm, or the information is needed to file a report. These are some of the situations, of course, that we can also release information without our client consent. When ensuring that the client can provide informed consent is necessary, we need to remind the client that they must provide specific information and when consenting, such as time for when the consent applies. Remind the client that they also have the option to withdraw their consent whenever they feel necessary. So seeking your client's consent is one of the most basic or most important thing when it comes to health industry. There are a lot of situations whereby the client's consent are not actually gotten or probably not documented appropriately before some medication, for example, restraint medication is given. In that situation, it's a very, very bad thing, and the Healthcare Commission investigates few cases around this, and that is why this personal-centered care approach is so paramount now. And when we are saying personal-centered approach, informed consent or the client consent comes right in front of everything. Assist the client in using assistive technology. What exactly do we mean by assistive technology? Assistive technology are those technology that helps the client to live more independently in their own house. Positive impact that the health and well-being has brought to someone that is under your care. With the help of assistive technology, it's really promote their independence and maintain the person's independence. Using assistive technology also enable the person to be included in various activities available to other people and allow the person to participate in the community fully. For example, if someone that is having challenges with walking, if they are supported with appropriate wheelchair or even walking frame that help them to be able to move around, that is a very good one, and they can do what they believe or what they feel like doing. It is the process of making choices and decisions as well. Some of the assistive technology can be hearing aids. At the end of this course, some of us that we are likely to be working in the healthcare, we are going to be working with an elderly people that rely on us to support them with hearing aids, just for them to be able to hear what we are saying. So hearing aid is part of the assistive technology that assist their level of communication. Sometimes some of them you might actually have like a key card that you use in demonstrating what you actually mean of saying to them. So other assistive technology can be sensory regulator or noise cancelling headphone, which help people that are having cognitive impairment or memory loss to be able to block out any form of interference that the sensory regulator or even the noise can be bringing to their body at that time. Speeches. We have a lot of people that have learn what they call Auslan language and or even body gesture or non-verbal clue to be able to actually communicate well with the client. So we understand what exactly is it that the client is really having challenges with, and accordingly we support them in achieving those goals. Some people that might be pronounced that they are medically blind, they might actually need some glasses to be able to see things. So in that area, we as a care worker, as support worker, we need to always remember this when we are supporting them, so that they can feel much more independent, they can feel much more included in whatever activities that they are willing or open to achieve in that particular day. Other than this assistive technology, we can think about the supporting clients with daily activities. Daily living activities, these are refers to self-care activities people do every day to keep themselves safe, healthy, and feeling good. These activities are usually done in the home and independently by the person. So there are two kinds of daily living activities. One of them is called ADL, that is activity daily living. What do we mean by this? This include continence, if someone wants to use the toilet, if they want to shower, personal hygiene, bathing, brushing, shaving, mobility and transferring, whether with walking aids or getting them in and out of the bed, eating and drinking, pressure area management. All these are what we refer to as ADLs. And as a care worker, this is one of the major things that we are going to be doing after we graduated. Even before we graduated, of course, we have some simulation-based assessment that required us to know how to get familiar with all these process. Another thing, the second one, is instrumental activities of daily living, that is IADL. Instrumental activities of daily living are those activities that involve recreation and leisure, education and empowerment, to mention but few. So as a support worker, when we are supporting our client, we need to take into consideration some of the following strategies. We need to consider the client's learning environment. How best are they, or what capacity do they have when it comes to learning, or when it comes to the use of this particular assistive technology. We are expected to determine the client's needs and custom-made equipment that will fit up with that particular needs. It is our responsibility also to ensure that the client understand how to make use of this particular equipment. For example, if you're working with someone and they want to actually go for, let's say you are going for shopping now, or you are going to eatery. If you have some iPad that can show them these are the menu for this particular eatery that we are going, even if they are non-verbal, but they are able to point out what they want, with that they have actually exhibit, or we've empowered them for them to actually make the choices and for them to actually stated what they feel that they really needed at that time. It's our responsibility also to make sure that these equipment are well maintained. So as a care worker, we must ensure the client is comfortable while any decision being made is always made on their behalf. Even if we think of doing something, it is our responsibility to empower them, to advocate for them, and allow them to actually lead the way. So it can be challenging sometimes, of course, when we are supporting or when we are dealing with client needs. So due to these difficulties in communication, decision effectively, below are some strategies that we can make use of when we are supporting our client. 1. Say that the client can communicate effectively but cannot make decision. If the client cannot make decision on their own, then the next thing, of course, is for us to be able to use who they call the guardian or the administrators. These are the people that make decision on behalf of our clients. They also look for changes in routine behavior and check for non-verbal clues that the client is not comfortable about the decision made by their guardian or even the administrator. If we observe this, of course, we can advocate for them, and we need to be alert for any signs that the client is being abused or neglected. Any question, guys? If there is no question, this is where we are going to end today's class, and I will see you next time. Thank you all for listening.